Hi guys, and welcome back to the Iron Personal Training YouTube channel, and this time we're looking at a speed bench day from my current training block. So as I said in the videos, we're getting ready to peak for the South Yorkshire ABPU qualifying comp. This is probably the only speed day I'm going to film from this block, as they're all pretty similar and no real big lifts in them, obviously because we're working on speed. So what we're doing today is we're doing a chained bench. We're at roughly 96 kilos, sorry, 56% of my 1 rep max, 100 kilos plus 2 chains, which are roughly around 18 kilo a side. And yeah, like I said, 8 sets of 2, about a minute's rest in between. What we're doing here is we're just staying on the bench and we're just going to get set up back in a position straight from the bench. So now that I've changed my setup, this is really easy to do. Obviously starting with my feet on the bench, and what we're doing here is we're just aiming on making the bar move as quickly as possible whilst keeping good form. Now, why we would use chains while doing speed work? Well, there are a couple of reasons why using chains. So like bands, obviously they deload at the bottom, so as you push through the movement, it helps improve speed and velocity in the movement. As your chains, you're trying to you're basically trying to chase the weight, you're trying to be quicker than the weight so the weight doesn't catch up with you, so you can press quicker than the weight comes on. And something that you don't get with bands, which can obviously help you be quicker and snappier throughout the movement. With chains as well, you also add a bit of extra instability as well. So with bands, sometimes if you use too much band tension, you can get almost like a Smith machine kind of feel, where the bands really like make you much more stable because there's so much tension in the bands that once you get into a certain position, they take a lot of the instability out of the movement. So keeping chains in the movement keeps that instability in the movement. So yeah, very happy with how these are feeling. Everything's moving nice and quick. So he's filmed the first 2 sets of the 8 sets, and these are the last lot of sets. So set 7, and this will be set 8. So just getting ourselves set up again, a nice arch. As you can see, I've got hoodie and joggers on, which is something that I don't usually train with. The gym was genuinely that cold when I was in there. So yeah, keeping them on for all of the sets, and it was 8 sets of 3. I think I might have said 2 before, I do apologise. But then come on to some spotter press on 145 kilos here. Just getting nice and set up as well. So doing the spotter press here, this is the part of the training where we're actually doing something to get stronger. The point of doing the speed work is to increase speed, is to practice your form and improve the way that you move while doing the movement. So as you can see with the spotter press, it's just pausing off the chest to help improve that control at the bottom of the movement and tightness at the bottom of the movement. But that's the part that we're doing to actually get stronger, whereas the speed stuff is more about getting form and technique right. Then 130 kilo pendlay rows, we did 3 sets of 3 on those. We're then coming to some pullovers. So if you've watched the first few videos in this block, you'll know that I swapped these over to the speed day because they were putting a bit of extra tension through my forearms, and obviously, like I've said in previous videos, I have had some problem with bicep and forearm tendonitis throughout this block. So just moving them over meant that my forearm had recovered from doing the low bars and the heavier benching and pressing motion, so that I was able to do these quite nice and pain-free with no problems whatsoever at the end of the block. Now coming on to some single arm cable rows. This is an exercise that I've really enjoyed. You can really get a pump in your lats and upper back by doing these. Cable rows have become one of my favourite exercises to do, but doing them standing rather than seating, because it's much easier to get extra range in there, and because the tension's always on the cable machine, the tension also always remains on the muscle as well, so you get to work it really well. We're then going to come on to some tricep rollbacks. I think we're on 27.5 kilos here. So we're coming down, just coming back up again. So these are the first time I've actually done these, because it's the first gym that I've done these out with the hexagonal dumbbells. I do find them a bit harder to sit back than you would with the rounded dumbbells, and I do pinch my ears a couple of times as well, which was a little bit painful, but never mind. And then just finishing off with some hammer curls. So that's the speed session. As you can see, everything moving really nicely. Really happy with how things are going, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be looking at a deadlift session.